E um dos importantes eventos que aconteceram em Brasília no mês de julho foi a celebração do Dia Nacional do Egito e os 101 anos de relações bilaterais com o Brasil. Foram celebrados oficialmente 2 marcos históricos: a Data Nacional do Egito, em alusão à Revolução de 1952, e os 101 anos de relações diplomáticas entre Brasil e Egito. O evento contou com a presença de autoridades governamentais brasileiras, representantes do corpo diplomático, membros do empresariado, imprensa e comunidade egípcia e brasileira, realçando simbolicamente a profunda parceria entre as duas nações. A Revolução de 23 de julho de 1952 marcou um divisor de águas para o Egito, estabelecendo os pilares de uma república moderna, destacando os significativos avanços políticos, econômicos e sociais conquistados desde então, com um país firmemente posicionado como protagonista no norte da África, no mundo árabe e na região do Mediterrâneo. Com relações diplomáticas iniciadas em 1924 e a elevação da representação brasileira em Cairo à embaixada a partir de 1953, as duas nações consolidaram em novembro de 2024 um acordo de parceria estratégica durante a cúpula do G20 no Rio de Janeiro. O texto destacou 7 pilares da cooperação, sendo elas na política, diplomacia, segurança, defesa, comércio, ciência e cultura, reforçando o compromisso mútuo com a reforma da governança global e o multilateralismo. Membro do BRICS desde 1º de janeiro de 2024, o Egito intensificou sua integração financeira ao ingressar também no New Development Bank. Durante a presidência brasileira do grupo, sediada no Rio de Janeiro, o Egito participou ativamente das cúpulas dos ministros das Relações Exteriores e dos líderes em julho de 2025. O país aliou-se a prioridades de cooperação Sul-Sul, incluindo as áreas de saúde, comércio, combate à pobreza, governança da IA e reformas globais, convergindo com a agência brasileira dos BRICS. Vale ressaltar que eventos como este refletem o espírito de amizade, solidariedade e compromisso mútuo entre Egito e Brasil, pilares que impulsionam a cada dia nossas parcerias. Há expectativas em expansão de investimentos, cooperação técnica, intercâmbio cultural e diálogo estratégico no contexto da parceria estratégica e da integração nos BRICS.
Excellencies, distinguished members of the Brazilian government, honorable members of parliament, ambassadors and members of diplomatic corps, dear members of the Egyptian communities, ladies and gentlemen, friends of Egypt, dearest Ambassador Antonio Augusto, Director of the Department for Africa, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Brazil, boa noite, muito bem-vindas. It is a profound honor and a personal joy to gather with you tonight to celebrate the 73rd anniversary of Egypt's National Day, marking our republic's proud birth through the historic revolution of 1952. This celebration holds special meaning as we also commemorate 101 remarkable years of diplomatic relations between Egypt and Brazil. Two nations united by shared aspirations for peace and prosperity. Egypt and Brazil share more than just diplomatic relations. We share deep-rooted cultural bonds and mutual admiration. Brazil, a land renowned for its vibrant culture, rich heritage, extraordinary diversity, and profound creativity, mirrors Egypt's own proud historical traditions and cultural wealth. This past year has witnessed significant strides forward in our bilateral relationship. President Lula da Silva's landmark visit to Cairo in February 2024 reinvigorated our partnership, breathing new life into our collective aspiration. Economically, our relationship continues to flourish under the Egypt-Mercosur Free Trade Agreement, extending beyond traditional commerce to promising new ventures in technology transfer, innovation, and mutual investments, opening new horizons of growth and prosperity for both our peoples. Our military and defense ties have grown stronger, marked by regular exchanges and joint training exercises, demonstrating a shared commitment to maintaining regional stability and global security. In the multilateral sphere, Egypt profoundly appreciates Brazil's invitation during its G20 presidency. This generous gesture allowed us to jointly amplify the voices and concerns of developing nations. The participation of President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi at the G20 summit in Rio de Janeiro underscored our united commitment to promising inclusive global development and addressing global challenges equitably. With Brazil assuming the presidency of BRICS, Egypt eagerly anticipates further strengthening our collaboration within this dynamic group. Our collective efforts will focus on fostering sustainable development, equitable economic growth, and greater financial inclusion. Ambitions reflecting our shared vision of a fairer, more prosperous global order. Furthermore, Egypt looks forward to joining hands with Brazil at the upcoming COP30 in Belém this November. Together, we will advocate forcefully for climate justice, ensuring developing countries receive the support and resources needed to face climate challenge effectively. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at this critical moment in international affairs, Egypt and Brazil stand firmly together in championing peace, dialogue, and diplomacy. We share unwavering commitments to international law, respect for sovereignty, and the dignity of all people. Egypt emphatically condemns the ongoing humanitarian crisis in Gaza, urgently calling for an immediate ceasefire, unfettered humanitarian access, and the end of its blockade. Brazil's diplomatic efforts in seeking peaceful solutions, not only in Gaza but also globally, including Ukraine, align deeply with our principles and ideals. Our cultural connections remain a powerful testament to our friendship. We're deeply grateful for Brazil's support for Egypt's candidate for UNESCO, Director General Dr. Khalil Al-Anani, reinforcing our mutual dedication to preserving global cultural heritage and fostering international dialogue and cooperation. Our shared culture values reinforce our connection, reminding us that our partnership is as much about celebrating our similarities as it is about enhancing our unique differences. In conclusion, dear friends, I reiterate Egypt's steadfast commitment to nurturing and expanding our partnership with Brazil. Together, we can achieve greater peace, sustainable prosperity, and genuine solidarity for our peoples and beyond. Thank you once again for your presence, your friendship, and your unwavering support. Muito obrigada.
Ambassador, can you tell us a little bit about the importance of this day in Egypt? It's 73 years of the anniversary of the revolution, right?
Yes, it is our national day, the 73rd anniversary of our revolution that happened in 1952. It was a very peaceful revolution. It is by that revolution we were transformed from a kingdom to a republic. But this special day also marks 101 years of diplomatic relations between Egypt and Brazil. So it's a very important day for us.
And talking about diplomatic relations and good relations, this year we have a candidate of Egypt for the presidency of UNESCO, and Brazil is supporting him. So it means that we are in good terms and good relations.
Of course, I mean, the relations between Egypt and Brazil never have been better. They are booming. First, it started with President Lula's bilateral visit in last year in February, which give a huge push to the relations. Then President Sisi visited Brazil in last November for the G20. And then we had the Prime Minister just recently visit Brazil for BRICS. We have a candidate for the UNESCO, Dr. Khalil Al-Alani. He was a previous Minister of Antiquities and Tourism, and he's one of the very few people in Egypt, very few ministers who held the position of these two ministries. He's a very able candidate. He's one of the few people in the world that can actually speak, read, and write in old Egyptian language, hieroglyphs. And he's the candidate, and Brazil supports him. And we really appreciate that Brazil was one of the very first countries that supported him for his merits.
How about the candidate of Egypt? Is he involved in the new museum, in the inauguration of the new museum?
Of course, he helped in the preparation for construction and arrangement of the museum and the concept of the new museum. And he's still involved as a previous Minister of Antiquities and as a previous Minister of Tourism, and also as an expert in ancient Egypt. We're hoping that the new Egyptian museum will attract it's the largest in the world for one single civilization. So we're very excited about it. It was supposed to open recently, but it was postponed due to the events in the Middle East. So hopefully by the end of this year, the opening will happen, the inauguration, the formal inauguration. Now people can actually visit. We have soft opening, but by the end of the year, beginning of next, hopefully the official inauguration will happen.
Thank you, Ambassador, for your kindness of talking to us in this nice celebration of the Egyptian National Day. And I hope to visit Egypt soon.
I hope so too. Thank you.